and you will be shocked. This is what will save you. Okay, so you want to heal, but there's nothing online that's free and accessible and DIY. Yeah, I know, babe. I've been there. I've done that. The truth about healing is that it's all those things. So this is the list that I've gathered throughout my studies, throughout my healing, throughout my trainings, throughout my life. And although everyone has their own personal shit, has their own story and their own journey, I know everyone is their own individual. However, humans have remained the same. The basic principles of being a human have not changed. And so this is the information that I've gathered that are repeated throughout all of history and cultures and countries and nations. If you don't know me, that's okay. This is like my second video, so we're good. However, I've been through some damn shit. When I was in need of some true, real healing tips and like my soul needed help, there was nothing online that was free, that was easy, and that I could do myself. The truth about healing is that it's all those things. It's free, accessible, and you have to do it yourself. Before I get into it, I just want to say like my credentials for you to stick around a little longer to actually like hear me out. Was a yoga teacher. Don't teach yoga anymore. That's another video. But like, I know how the body works. I studied Ayurveda, which is an ancient form of medicine. So you're using like herbs and oils to heal the body or to rebalance the body. I've studied a lot of different cultures, a lot of different ancient facts, and I've always been very guided to, or like very attracted to healing and helping others heal. I tried working in a hospital. That wasn't for me, but really feel like I am my most self and most aligned self, if you want to call it, or I just feel like I'm really living my purpose when I make people realize that real healing is not something that you pay someone else to help you do. It's actually like you doing something for you. And so here are probably like 10 things that you can do yourself that are easy and that will help you. Okay, this is my thing. This is true healing. Start here. Don't go and pay someone thousands of dollars to help you heal, because like that's a scam. None of that is true. Here we go. Number 1. Also, this is like my list that I put together, so don't think for a second that it's ChatGPT. Another one of my credentials. I posted this on TikTok a few months ago. It went viral. It did some numbers, okay? I realized that there is some need for healing in the world. The world is broken, and I am here to tell you that you can fix yourself without spending money. It just all starts here and here, okay, baby? Now we're ready. Let's go. I'm so sorry. I'll just read you what it says. Sunlight, hug a tree if you need to, walk barefoot on grass or dirt, let the earth recalibrate your nervous system, talk to your plants, they will grow better and you will grow better. Here's why. We are also living organisms. Like things happen in our body that we don't see, but we know they're happening. Just like a tree, we know things are happening in the tree, things are happening inside your dog. We are living organisms, okay? We need to eat food, breathe air, drink water, and have some sunlight to survive. Now you know. Sunlight is a huge factor. Plants, if they're not in sunlight, they don't grow. It is the same for human. You need some sunlight. Your skin needs those rays without some SPF for 10 minutes. So when I posted this on TikTok, people went berserk. How can you tell someone to go in the sun without SPF? You're gonna be fine. I'm not telling you to go in a tanning bed. I'm not telling you to spend an hour. I'm telling you, when you're brushing your teeth in the morning, to look out the window and like have some, and like open your window so that it's direct. There's nothing in between the sun and your eye. Okay, fun little fact. When I was in Sec 4, so that's like grade 10 or 11, I don't even know, whatever. I was like 16. I got a 2nd-degree burn on my face, and my iris in my eye, it burnt. It got a sunburn. And I still have 20/20 vision. Okay, so we all can afford to spend a few minutes in the morning telling your beautiful body and your beautiful eyes and your beautiful internal organs that it's time to wake up, and that we are human and that we will take care of our body throughout the day. Number 2 is breathing. Someone once asked me when I returned from my YTT, my yoga teacher training, what's the one thing that like shocked you the most? And I was like, how humans don't know how to breathe and how they forget to breathe. Now, I'm not here to make you do some pranayama shit. No, we are here. Okay, like I'm gonna sit up for this. Inhale to the capacity of your lungs. You feel that shit. And when you exhale, all of that air needs to come out. Your air doesn't stop here. Your lungs are down here, baby. When you breathe, you have to expand your lungs and then you exhale the air out. Once you're aware of this, you will be shocked how many times you catch yourself throughout the day not taking a real full breath. When was the last time you took a full breath? Yeah, that's right. That's what I thought. And the thing is, this is why all of our bodies and all of our nervous systems are unwell. Got a haircut today though. Just a little cut. What I was saying is that when you deprive your body and your cells and your nervous system and your organs the amount of oxygen that they actually need to function, they don't do so well. So give them the oxygen that they actually need, please, in order to allow your body to heal emotionally and physically and spiritually. Thanks. Remember to breathe. Next, dancing and moving your body. Okay, so like when you're like this all day, you need to relax your shoulders. And when was the last time you unclench your jaw? Yeah, that's right. And relax your toes and your stomach. Are you like holding it in for no reason? Yeah, I know you are. That's okay because we're all stressed. We're all in this together, baby. Happy 20-year anniversary to High School Musical. Next, okay, I'm going to teach you something. It's called grounding. That is when you cleanse your auric field or your auric egg. Look it up. I'll post a picture here. Now people are going to come at me for this, but like this is truth, okay? You need to ground yourself and reconnect. Everyone has their own grounding technique. You just need to remember to do it. I re-grounded myself after like years of like literally 2 decades of not connecting to my egg. Yes. Okay, sorry, we were interrupted there for a second, but we back, baby. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, the grounding. Okay, here's the tea. We have our physical body, we have our mental body, we have our emotional body, we also have our spiritual body. Just as we need to cleanse our physical body and our mental body and our emotional body, we also need to cleanse our spiritual body. That's the one that humans just forget the most, because in reality, like, it's the one that's kind of always on the back burner, but it's the one that you see it when someone's not grounded and you're like, bro, go hug a tree. Not just that like they're not woke, you can tell they're still holding shit from yesterday, like in their reactions. They're still, I don't know, like upset about something that happened months ago, when you can't let go kind of. But it's also when you can't recognize like that your energy bleeds onto others and others' energies bleed onto you. Are you following me? For Halloween, I was a tree. Hashtag grounded. Because like I realized how ungrounded I was and I was going through a grounding phase. I always say, like, be a tree. Find your tree in your room, in your car, in your garage, and like find your tree. And this isn't something that you can do with someone else in the room unless they are also grounding. Well, that's not true, actually. I guess you can, like, but with practice. That's the thing. Grounding is not something you can do once every few months. It's like it becomes a practice of you cleansing your egg. Next, journaling. Okay, I always say it, the power of the pen. The action of writing throughout history has shown the mind stuff that it wasn't able to see before, if that makes any sense. When you write, when your hand does movement while your brain is thinking and you're writing what your brain is thinking, there's something that happens. And in order to heal, that thing has to happen, because there are links that you cannot make without writing. I know, I hate to say it, but like that's why they used to make us write in school. Next, reading. To escape reality instead of drugs or other vice. I know we all need to escape this reality, baby. I know it's scary. But read a book instead of having a bottle of wine. You know what I mean? Like, escape, find your vice, but like find a healthy vice. Why not? Mental well-being is first and foremost, because we all know that when you don't put your emotional well-being first, then everything can't be first. Like, Say your affirmations, say your manifestations. That's great. We all do it. That's fine. But when was the last time you talked to God? Literally, when was the last time you said, "Hi, God"? I'm not trying to push any beliefs on anyone, and this might trigger someone, that's fine. I'm just saying, when I spoke to my angels, my guides, like no one else responded. The only two people that respond is God. And when I talk to myself, like, "Hi, Victoria," in my journal, "Hi, Victoria, you fucked up," or "Hi, God, please forgive me." I won't go into detail, just try it out. If you're so open-minded, just try it out. "Hey, God," and see like how you feel after you say those words, and see if you actually feel like you're being listened to versus how you feel after you talk to your guides or your ancestors. Or I know they're angels too, but that's a whole other story. I'm not gonna get into this video, but just pray however you want to pray. I'm not gonna tell you how to pray, and like no one's gonna tell me how to pray. Everyone can pray in their own way. Just see how you feel after. I'm not even kidding. I wish I was kidding. Like, I'm as shook as you are, because that was like the last part where I was like, in my healing journey, whatever you want to call it, search for the truth. And in my search for like well-being and not anxiety and not self-hatred, just try it out. And if you don't, then it doesn't matter. I'll still be me and you'll still be you, and we'll all still love each other. And this one I struggle with, I'm not gonna lie. We always struggle with what we need the most. This one is important, and I wish I realized how more important it was before, but that's okay. We live and we learn, okay? So like, listen to me when I say community is so important. Even if you have to start yourself or go somewhere by yourself, literally, who cares about what you do with your life other than yourself? And if you spend time worrying about others, then you're doing it wrong. You have to find your people. Okay, what does that mean? What does that mean? Once you discover who you are, the music you like, the art that you like, the activities that you like, then you go to those places alone, that's fine, but you will meet people like you. And then you will have friends to do that with, and friends to do this with. And then all of this, you see something and then you text them. And then that's how you form friendships. People are like, how do you make friends in your 20s and your 30s? That's how, babe. There's a concert I want to go to in Toronto in like July. Madison Beer, hi. I really want to come see you. But I don't know anyone in Montreal, and I don't know anyone in Toronto, let alone listen to Madison Beer. And so I'm literally thinking I'm gonna go there alone, and guess what? I'm probably gonna make friends, and then I'll have my Madison Beer friends. There you go. Also, throughout time, spam is calling me. Throughout history, the way to torture a human being is to isolate them, because they know how much community is important and impactful on someone's well-being. Like when they want to torture someone, for them to be so unwell within that person would rather die than to continue this way, they put them alone. Next point. It's on TikTok, loved it. 3 million people know me as a girl that screams in a pillow, but like, yeah, there is some truth in moving your vocal cords and singing or screaming when you are angry and you shout. That energy that you're putting out holds so much power. And once you realize that everything that comes through your throat and out your mouth is just as, if not more, powerful than what goes in your mouth. And that's what I said. Cry it out, scream, punching a pillow or bed or couch, getting physical anger out. Literally have a fit like a kid. That's what we naturally do as humans when we have to let out and release anger or like a strong emotion. When you're happy, oh my god, when you're crying, that if you keep that inside, I learned in Ayurveda, you're signing yourself up for that to turn into a tumor in 20 something years. We don't want bad energy stuck in our body for it to then turn into a mass. We let it out. As a kid, when you would have a fit, that was your body's natural reaction to this overwhelming energy or emotion. And the only reason you stopped doing it is because your parents told you to stop because it was embarrassing them. Sounds like society doesn't want you to release your emotions. Oh, we're changing that. So go punch a pillow, go punch a couch. Don't come at me saying that I told you to punch your neighbor. No, nor. We release our emotions in a healthy way, like screaming in a pillow. Food from the earth will heal your body. It'll make you happier and healthier and hotter. And also hot tea before bed, like chamomile or mint or lavender. Like use whatever you're trying to achieve within, like ease anxiety, digest, sleep. Research the herb that you need for that and then get that. Stop paying $50 for like 5 bags of tea. I'm gonna calm down. But just Eat food from the earth, okay? So the less processed, the better. Why? Because that will actually feed your body the stuff it needs in order to produce new brain waves and produce new cells and blah blah blah. Just give your body what it needs, bro. What are you doing? Next one is to sit in silence after waking up, okay? No phone, no music, no talking, just you and your thoughts. A bonus points if you do your morning pages, but those are hard, I'm not gonna lie. And like, if you're not ready for that journey, don't embark on it if you're not ready, okay? Because like, you do discover a lot with about yourself, but like sometimes I think back on the things I wrote during my morning pages and I'm like, girl, how'd you get so dark? Just saying, sit in silence when you wake up so that bonus points if it's in the sun. Like, just sit up in your bed and just take a few deep breaths before your body like starts its day, because like we all know how freaking difficult or like, you know, when you get home you're like, oh my god, I couldn't wait to be home. Like, why don't you, when you wake up, take your first few breaths in that feeling of like, I feel so good, before rushing to go do anything else. Put yourself first. Next, almost done, okay? Everyone is main character energy in their own story. And remember that, because it changes your perspective. Once you start loving thy neighbor, and once you start treating others how you want to be treated, you hold less anger and therefore you're more at peace internally. Just be nice to others and remember, like, everyone's going through it. We are all going through it. I know. And so why not instead, like, think of it like every time you do something good for someone, you gain like a point, and then you can use those points, like you can redeem those points later when your tank level is low because you worked so hard. Instead of like stressing so much about how hard you worked and how much you hate your boss, you can just focus on like the nice thing you did for someone and how it literally took nothing out of you to do it, but you literally made that person's day. You have to feel a little bit better. Maybe that's why it's lower on the list, because like people are gonna say it's not gonna do anything. Just trust me, it's gonna do something. Just spread love, not fear. Okay, last one. This is like my favorite saying ever. Not your monkey, not your circus. My own monkey in my own circus is a full-time job. And like, I'm not getting paid overtime to take care of your monkey in your circus. We can be circus neighbors, that's fine. Our monkeys can be friends. But unless you pay me to take care of your monkey can stay in your circus. My circus will stay with my monkey in it. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is this saying, whenever I feel myself getting stressed throughout the day because I'm like taking other people's problems or energies and like just feel really overwhelmed because of like what's going on in the news and because of what I saw on Twitter and because of what I'm seeing on Instagram, and when I'm overwhelmed, I just take a pause and I tell myself, it's not my monkey and it's not my circus. I can go to on Instagram and watch their circus monkey performance, but I don't have to take care of it. I'm just saying that as an empath who often like takes on other people's emotions as my own because I just care so much for them, that in reality, like, I was just hurting myself more. That is all for my true healing tips. I really hope they help someone. I know that this was like needed for someone, because just urgency and the need to produce this video was very strong, and so I know it's for someone out there. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe. I'm new to YouTube, so thank you so much for dropping a like, a comment, or a subscription if you're feeling spicy. And if this video was for you, let me know down in the comments, and if not, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.